Yes, guys, hello and welcome back to the Spurs related YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing well. It's been a while, but guys, what a time to come back. What a night. Spurs are through to the last 16 of the Champions League with a 2-1 win at Marseille. Absolute scenes at the end. We didn't play well again, which has been the tale so many times this year. But I mean, what scenes at the end. HOJBJERG clinching top spot with a goal right at the death, 95th minute. Marseille players full of Arsenal rejects on the floor, absolute limbs. It was fantastic. It was almost worth all the pain for the previous 60 minutes. But guys, I hope everyone's doing well. It's been a while, and we've also got Jack here, mate. How you doing, mate? Are you buzzing?
Oh, mate, what do you think? What a time to be back. We haven't done one of these, James, for a couple months, and I've missed it, but I've been ill. Other things, we haven't been able to produce the content, but bringing a video like this tonight, after it was all despair, everyone thought we were going out. Arsenal fans were preparing the memes. And what do? We show that character in the second half, and we come top of the group at the end of it, James, which is amazing. But yeah, so glad to be back with you, talking to yourself, and yeah, buzzing to be able to hopefully get the community back going and improve on this win.
Absolutely, absolute scenes. And yeah, like you said, we haven't done one of these in a while, but what a time to come back and see all the guys also in the chat as well. It's great to see. We'll get to that in a minute. I can see there's about 15 of you on all socials, so that is also great to see. I mean, Jack, talk me through the first half very quickly. We'll try and quickly go over the negatives because there was actually quite a lot of negatives. Obviously, we're buzzing we were through. Let's not get that wrong, but
100%.
What was going on in that first half, mate?
Oh, honestly, the first half was diabolical. I was sitting next to my twin brother, and we were like, we do this every game. We're like, why do we not come out with that high press, the fullbacks flying forward, the centre mids pressing, like we saw Bentancur in the second half and HOJBJERG. Every time, Marseille had no time on the ball, and we were driving with the ball. We had composure. We were finding triangular passes, which is so crucial to a Conte team. That first half had nothing of that. We were sitting back in our shape. We looked composed. Sorry, we didn't look composed. We looked compact, but we had no threat. Lucas Moura could not control a ball on his chest that first half. I don't know if it's just me, but I was getting so frustrated. We were looking for that ball forward to Moura's chest, and he just couldn't control it. And every time Marseille was starting to attack, we were being put onto the cosh, balls into the box, and I knew we were going to get broken. And to be honest, if they didn't score that goal in the first half, we might have not seen that attacking intent that we showed in the second half, and what ultimately got us through.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say as well. Like, 100%, we were really poor, and Marseille could have been 2-3 up at half time. And the other thing is, I was saying, like, when I was watching it, to people I was watching it with, I was like, we're going to concede before half time. Even in the 44th minute, I said, look, 7 minutes added on, they're going to score here. And I mean, 9 Spurs players hadn't picked up a man. That is criminal. I know in set pieces we're looking a lot better offensively, but defensively there's still a lot of problems, a lot of things to tackle in terms of defending set pieces, defending free kicks. We look fragile. And I know it was quickly taken, that corner, but wow, like we were so unprepared. Like,
and like you say, James, I saw your Twitter post. I was like, spot on. But the worst bit about it, it was like, I sort of understand why we caught. It was a fantastic header, by the way. I'm not taking anything away from it. But the amount of times they can put the ball into the box, the amount of space they have, we're going to crack. If you're sitting in that much and you've got no attacking outlet, they're going to crack us. We haven't got the best centre backs in the world. We've got decent players. Eric Dyer, we didn't have Romero tonight, has been fantastic. Longley even got us the goal back. But do you know what I mean, James? We just haven't got that quality. It's not world-class centre backs. So why are we sitting in when our best players are in the midfield and further forward? And that's why we conceded the goal. And you knew it was going to happen. You could see it from a mile off. We did it against Bournemouth. We've done it for most of this season, really, like Newcastle again. And then as soon as we start playing that liquid football with Bentancur and HOJBJERG, honestly, that midfield three, well, we're going to get to it in a second, but that midfield three in the second half was fantastic. I'm actually really happy for Basuma as well, because I thought he was very composed, looked to play forward, kept the ball, which we need to do, calm the game down, because that
it was good. See, I thought he lost it a couple of times very poorly. Yeah.
I thought Basuma was good. Genuinely, I think it was his best game in the Spurs shirt. I thought he looked to play forward. I think he kept the ball tidy. I think we looked very compact in the second half, and I think we got on the ball a lot more. But maybe I'm looking at that from a positive outlook.
I think he did well at the end. I think when he came on, he was very slow and he wasn't really adapting to the play, and he kind of lost it a few times. And the camera panned in on him, like, you know, as if he was the one in the wrong. And yeah, maybe I wouldn't go as far as saying it was.
And that's football, isn't it? Everyone's got different opinions. But for me, I wonder what the chat think. But I thought he was very good today. Like, I was very surprised that he managed to settle in such a big game. He hasn't played much Champions League football, and I think when he come on, we look more comfortable with a midfield three. Because Son obviously was forced off in the first half. I hope he's okay, because that's another big miss, with especially our injury worries up front. But I don't know. I felt we looked a lot more relaxed when Basuma come onto the field.
Okay, interesting. And obviously Bentancur could potentially have picked up an injury, which is not nice to see.
James, you give me, what are your words to describe Bentancur right now? Because I'm so happy we picked up such a good player.
That January window proved to be one of our best windows ever. I mean, Kulusevski and Bentancur have literally been game-changing to this team. And we see how much of a miss Kulusevski is when he's out. We're literally screaming for him back. And Bentancur today, holding his hamstring, didn't fill me with much. Filled me with a lot of anxiety. I mean, hopefully he's not out for long. But I mean, then he got up and made an incredible run into the box.
Honestly,
HOJBJERG hit the bar like 2 minutes before, didn't he?
When I'm talking about Bentancur, I'm seriously now talking about one of the best centre mids in the Prem right now. He's fantastic. Honestly, every time he gets the ball, I'm not worried at all. He can play out. Say people are pressing him, he's so composed, and he's always looking for that pass forward as well. It's like popping the ball all the time, always looking to receive the ball. And if you look at Spurs a couple seasons ago, that's what we were missing. Someone who wasn't scared. Say he's got two players behind him, so composed. He'll bounce it off him and then he'll spin in behind. You saw again his technical ability in the box today. Created so much space for himself and then played a lovely ball to Lucas, who laid it off to HOJBJERG when we hit the. He's just losing class. Honestly, like I was thinking at the start of the season, we might need a better midfielder who can progress the ball forward. But he's proven me so wrong. He's been fantastic, and him and HOJBJERG maybe like are just looking brilliant. They've been our best two players. HOJBJERG with the match winner, Bentancur playing fantastic, but definitely been our best Spurs player this season for me.
Put another question on, Jack.
Yeah.
Do you think it was very important that HOJBJERG and Bentancur were both, especially HOJBJERG, getting forward today when Son went off, obviously, which we can talk about in a minute, but HOJBJERG provided almost like that centre attacking mid role, didn't he?
100%, James. That's the first thing I recognised. HOJBJERG and Bentancur pushing higher up the field, putting their pressure on their centre mids, changed the game completely. And the ability to, that's why I quite like Basuma, because he gave them the licence to go forward. So we had a lot more attacking intent in the second half, and HOJBJERG and Bentancur I thought were brilliant. Especially what has impressed me the most is their attacking ability. I didn't think they had it. I thought they were quite, you know what I mean, deep line playmakers, or HOJBJERG, someone who sits back. But both of them this season, you can look at HOJBJERG's stats. He's done fantastic. That's another match-winning goal for him. He scored against Stamford Bridge to get us back in the game. He also got the second goal against Everton. I've been really impressed with our midfield, and I weren't sure at the start of the season if it was one of the positions that we needed even more strengthening. But they're doing well.
4 or 5 goals for HOJBJERG this season now in all competitions. So yeah, fantastic player, and one that was heavily disrespected in the summer at the end of last season. And I was saying, like, I've been saying for a while, Jack, you know I have, but I think he's underrated and people disrespect him. And then suddenly the people that hate HOJBJERG have gone a bit quiet, and then let's point the fingers at Basuma when he doesn't play well. There's always going to be this scapegoat.
I wonder if she's in here, but someone who absolutely loves HOJBJERG. I don't know if you remember, James, and that any time HOJBJERG hate was on this channel, she would be having it. It was Ellie. So I don't know if Ellie's in the chat, but special mention to her, because any time any HOJBJERG stand-up was there, she was not having it, and you've been proved completely right, because he's brilliant. He's mustard, and he's a real leader.
100%. Finn's saying if you watch HOJBJERG for Denmark, he does play pretty advanced. He does, and it's incredible. He almost looks quite quick, and then he slows the ball down. He waits for someone to get into support. It's brilliant. Marcelino Rudman's in it. He says Rodrigo Bentancur, Moussa Dembele number 2. Love it. Finn's also saying Basuma, Bentancur, HOJBJERG midfield needed going forward. Definitely. And Leo loves Lego, saying crazy end of that game. Absolutely insane, Leo. Absolutely insane. But guys, there's about 15, 20 of you across all socials. Please do smash the thumbs up if you do want more post-match reactions. We're going to do as many of them as we can. Like we said, we've been a bit inactive, but we're trying to come back. I don't know if you can hear, I'm actually still ill. So we're trying to come back. We're trying to get the content back out there. I hope you guys have been enjoying the Matchday vlogs because we've been doing lots of them. So do go check them out. We had one at Sporting where I went absolutely crazy with some of the other guys. And yeah, that game was absolutely rubbish. But luckily, none of that matters now. We are through to the next round. And yeah, I guess the draw will be, well, I mean, the game won't be till after the World Cup, which is next year. So who knows? I think the next round's in February, but I don't know when the draw will be. But obviously, we'll play a team that finished second.
Like you say, James, I think this is just a massive point last season. I think Tele marks a day a year ago, Antonio Conte joined this football club. And if you look at the transformation he's made, we are now in the last 16 of the Champions League. We are now third in the Premier League table. And we are still not quite happy with our team because we know we've got more almost, I don't know how to explain it, but we can go forward. We can be better. Do you know what I mean? I still feel like some players are missing. We saw Romero missing today. We saw Kulusevski missing. We saw Richarlison. And it's still just not as free-flowing. We've seen at some points at the latter stages of last season. So it's exciting times to be a Spurs fan. And we're showing character. We're showing fight. We're showing passion. We're kind of backing Antonio Conte. So, like, we can improve. And this is why I'm so excited after the World Cup. After hopefully we've seen England lift some silverware, we can come back and we can enjoy watching Tottenham. Because we're in all competitions still, and we will be after Christmas, which is fantastic. And how many times have we been able to say that as a Spurs fan?
Absolutely exciting times, like you said. I think in a year there has been some ups and downs. Even in that, I still genuinely do believe that we were playing better football at the end of last season, and that's not to put a damper on tonight. But I just think I was going into every game, even like the harder games, even Man City games, and thinking we can get something out of it.
We're talking about the latter end, obviously, right? The latter end of last season. We're talking about the latter end of last season because I'm in total agreement. Yeah.
Like Norwich away, like that is the kind of game. Like Bournemouth away at the weekend, I wasn't confident. We made a massive meal of it. We won in SCENES fashion again, but like comparing that to like the end of last season where we beat Norwich 5-0 away. Jack, I know you were there. Yeah, it's a completely different ball game. I feel like we were much more confident going forward. Son was very confident. Kane was very confident. These players have lost their confidence a little bit in this new kind of way we play. But then it's almost like the midfielders are more involved maybe than they were last year. So it's like, I don't know. I still don't think we're playing very well.
I think last season, I think the main difference now is that exactly Finley World Cup around the corner. We're all excited for that. But Tottenham tonight, because we've got a fantastic win. But going back to last season, I think because we were chasing Arsenal all the time. We were behind. Not many people were expecting Spurs, but we were building momentum, winning every game with conviction. We knew we had to turn up every game. And it was like every game was a final. We all know Spurs in finals, not the best. But you know what I mean, James. Every game we were fighting for freedoms. The shackles were off. We had Kulusevski, Sonny and Kane in the form of their life. And we just knew we had to get through. That's what we did. And now I'm hoping results like this show that we've just got to go for it. From the first minute, our best players are our front three. Bentancur and HOJBJERG, 100, like going forward as well. Brilliant. That's what we need to do. Start with that attacking intent. Get the ball to the wing backs, balls into the box, play the ball through the middle, mix it up, have a bit of variation. That's what we're missing. Like, we don't want to be just slow at the back. When we're not passing the ball fluid, we're just not creating chances.
Exactly. It'd be interesting to see what the chat are thinking about how we're playing at the moment. Because obviously, like I'm mostly buzzing. Like I was very scared we were going to mess up tonight, and especially that first half, we were looking like going out of the competition into the Europa League, right? But I would be interesting to see what everyone else thinks in the chat. Let us know, because personally speaking, am I confident going into the Liverpool game on Sunday? Absolutely not. I feel like we really did leave it all out there, second half especially. But I don't know. I just think the way we're playing, Liverpool, yes, they're really struggling this season. But if I'm being honest, like I still do think they're better than us. I'm just being deadly honest. You don't think Liverpool better? See, I'm being honest.
I've watched pretty much all the Liverpool games, and like people say, visiting Dr. Tottenham. That's what they're saying before tonight. But the character we showed in the second half of the Bournemouth game, in the second half tonight, if we can't go there at a buzzing White Hart Lane on Sunday, 4:30 kickoff, and really get at Liverpool, who are in the worst form of their life, playing terrible football, their midfield three is non-existent at the minute. We need to get at them. And for me, I'm really hoping, this is what I think is a game changer for us. If Richarlison is fit, I could see us playing three in the middle with Richarlison and Kane up top. And I think with Richarlison's just pressure and putting their defence under just all the time, I can see us getting a big result against Liverpool. And I think we're probably going into that game, James. Crazy to say, favourites. They've lost so many on the bounce. They've won a big game against Napoli tonight, but still, they're not playing good.
I've got to say, like, we've scraped past Bournemouth, who are bottom half of the table team, arguably probably going to get relegated. We've scraped through Marseille, who are actually having a terrible season. If you look in the domestic league, they lost to their last two games at home to Lens and Ayako. We should have been beating them comfortably
100%.
anyway, right? So what I'm 100%. Saying is, just because we've won our last two games, we're playing awful. I understand what you're saying. Liverpool are the worst they've been probably under Klopp. Apart from bang on. But what I'm saying is, I just don't think, just because they've lost to Leeds at home and they've had a couple of dodgy results.
They're 10 points behind Tottenham. Think about that.
But they're due. But Liverpool are due. Liverpool, they go away to Rangers and win 7-1. They go and make a couple of amazing results, but then they have a couple of bad results. Like what exactly? They beat Man City, didn't they?
100%. So, James, I'm not saying at all that Liverpool can't come and turn us over. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, if that Tottenham team does not believe that we should be getting something out of this game, probably a win at home. Don't forget, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium has been a fortress before Newcastle. It was a bad result, but they have been flying, and we've got to move on from that. But we've got to get at them. We have to believe, because they have been awful. There is not a better time to beat Liverpool than now. And if we can beat them after 2-0 down against Bournemouth, 1-0 down with a Marseille crowd, if you could hear that atmosphere tonight, oh my word, it was rocking. The Marseille fans and the Marseille players made it as hard as possible for Tottenham to win tonight, and we have got through it by showing that. We can show that character again on Sunday with a bit more attacking intent from the first whistle. Every chance we could win Sunday, and I fully believe that.
No, I'm not saying we can't win, Jack. I'm just saying, like, I don't think as Liverpool are on a bad run, that means we're going to beat them. I don't think we're better than them. I honestly don't, Jack. I just think
they're a world-class team, aren't they? They're amazing.
But Jack, like, I understand what you're saying about the 10 points and everything, but look at the 9 points we've got. For example, let's just go with 3 wins extra that we scraped. Bournemouth played absolute garbage, got the win at the end. Great. That's 3 points. I know the 3 points is all that matters. What I'm saying is how we play against Liverpool is reflective on how we've been playing. We've been playing absolutely poor, and it's a fact.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm not disagreeing that we've not been our best, but we're winning games. We are honestly winning games. We are sitting third in the table, I think 6 points behind Arsenal and 3 points behind Man City, albeit they've got a game in hand. That is not a terrible position to be in. Even if we're grinding out a result against Liverpool, which is a draw, maybe a win, that's not terrible either. I want to see us play good football more than anyone. I love it when we're playing free-flowing attacking football. But right now, if we are winning and we still get into that January transfer window in the top 4, not too far behind the top 2, not many people would deny that at the start of the season. Would you agree with that?
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. But like, look at what Luke's saying here. Luke Holiday, welcome on in, mate. Saying they're still the same team that have had double 90-plus point seasons. We've had too many liabilities in our back line. And even look at tonight. Actually, I thought we defended quite well for a lot of the game tonight. And to be honest with you, we did switch up the back line a bit. And credit to Everson Royale did all right when he came on.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, which I was surprised about. But what I would say is, like, you don't know how we're lining up on Sunday. You don't know if Romero's going to be back. You don't know if Sanchez then slots in because someone's having a rest. So there is mistakes in the back line. We all know about it. And Salah and Nunes is on fire at the moment. Maybe not on fire, but he's scoring goals.
He scored tonight, and I know what you mean. He's a threat, 100%.
Diaz is injured, isn't he? But then you've got Salah, and you've got who?
Jota.
For me,
Well,
no,
Jota
Jota's injured. Is it Diaz that's in? No, Jota.
I think just Diaz. I'm pretty sure Jota's fit.
But I thought he was at the World. I thought he was at the World Cup. But by the by, like these even two players in Salah and Nunes, they're going to cause problems, right? And our back line, if they're not up to it, you just know that they could have a chance. The intelligence of Salah is so far beyond Dyer, Sanchez, Royal Davis. If we go behind, we'll be in trouble. Exactly. There you go again, Jack. Like these players, it's a bit of a mismatch when you put it like that. You know, we can say that Liverpool are 10 points behind. I don't want to be negative. Look, we've had a great night tonight, but all I'm saying is enjoy the fact we're through. But we
100%.
really do have a lot of work to do still. Like
no, James, I 100% agree. Being like just looking at it from a level-headed point of view, you're spot on, mate. It's going to be a very difficult game. We've got a lot of work to do, and no one can question that. But coming on to the channel tonight, it's our first video in a couple of months. We've got to bring that positivity. Like you've got to be a happy Spurs fan tonight. How many sides in the past would have choked that win? Let's be honest.
100%.
Like we wouldn't have been able to sustain that pressure. We got a bit lucky. Kolasinac missed an easy header at the back post that most people would expect to score. But then again, defensively, in that second half, we were sound. We come out in that second half looking to play forward, looking to score. Straight away, Perisic puts in a fantastic ball. Clement Longley, what a header, by the way. That was probably one of his best, I'd say one of his best performances in a Spurs shirt, not only for his goal. Perisic, getting back. I've questioned his defensive abilities, but stopping that goal in the last minute as well, James. Like, we're working as a unit. Everyone wants to be part of this Spurs team. And I think that atmosphere as well was enough. Even if we were playing Accrington Stanley, I think everyone would still be a bit nervous because they were looking like, honestly, that atmosphere, you would see it on Twitter before the game, they were crazy. And I think for the Spurs fans to, in that second half, stop that amazing atmosphere straight away, get a goal, and look to push forward, and then get a goal in the last minute from an amazing strike from HOJBJERG. I can't believe how cleanly he hit that. It's a good day to be a Spurs fan, and I'm going to be happy tonight, and I'm going to enjoy it. We're going to move on to Sunday, which is still nerve-wracking, but I think we've got to appreciate the good times.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly. And just to clarify, Jota and Diaz are both injured. So
Jota's that, check that, yeah. Sorry.
That is no. Like I couldn't remember which one it was, but I mean it's both. So although we're actually struck with injuries, they are as well. So it's actually interesting because there's quite a lot of players out for this one.
They've got Harvey. Do you know what? I might get some slander here, but Harvey Elliott could perform as well. He's a player that I
top player.
Yeah, you like him as well?
I'd take him to the World Cup.
Really?
Yeah, better than Mason Mount.
Oh, I don't know, man. Oh, but then again, it's not England, is it?
Right. Finn's making jokes again. Hopefully, we get points from these last two games. Then we can rest after the World Cup. Reset after the World Cup. You're right, Luke. So, do you believe that the team are intentionally reserving energy in the first half to release it in the second? I think, to be honest, I think it's not that. I think it's I think some of the players are scared to get injured for the World Cup. That's what I genuinely believe.
For me, you think they're scared, really?
I think players are scared to get injured for the World Cup, 100%. Look at Romero.
I know what you mean,
was he back? Why was he back? No, why was he injured? Then he was back. Then he's not playing again.
I know what you mean there.
To reserve their players for the World Cup. So,
I don't think that's the reason we're sitting back in the first half.
And try and win his World Cup before he retires.
Yeah, but I really don't believe that's the reason we're sitting back in the first half. For me, it's just psychological. I think that because we knew a draw would get us through, we thought we might be able to sit in and hit them on the counter-attack. And I just think, we'll just wait for an opportunity, and an opportunity will arise. And then second half, we knew what the shackles were off. We knew what we had to do.
But maybe not related to energy. What I'm saying is, in terms of like players going into challenges, I feel like it's slowed down a bit recently. And the intensity is maybe not there as much because players don't want to get injured. They don't want to pull up lame and pull a hamstring or whatever. They don't want to get injured going into a tackle that's a hefty challenge. If they don't want to, because let's be honest, so many of these players are in the back of their mind have the World Cup. You can just 100%. Tell. Even when Harry Kane went to the corner flag today, you knew that he was going to try and win that free kick, but he was also thinking like, shit, I hope like no one goes in on me here because he could get injured. So he felt the contact and he went down. Very clever play.
James, I totally know what you mean, but I just don't get the thought process behind it, because we come out all guns blazing, second half. We show that attacking intent. We're first to the ball. Why don't you do it from the first whistle? It's not going to change. But I can see what you mean with the World Cup coming up, especially with Romero. Yeah, it could definitely be a factor.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, I've just checked the video. I've got to say, by the way, guys, and we already mentioned it, but really do appreciate those that have joined tonight. That, you know, we haven't been live for so long. Just looking, there's about 15 of you in here. There's 9 likes on the video. Let's try and get at least 10, 15, guys. Come on. So if you are in here and you haven't hit the like button, it's free to do so. And also, obviously, subscribe if you are new as well, because that does help the channel. So I really do appreciate that as well.
We could. I was just going to say, James, I think, especially with that, we haven't even emphasised how meaningful that last minute winner is as well, because that now means we either face, let me see if I can remember here, Inter, I think AC Milan, Salzburg, Liverpool also finished second, but we can't play them, and it is Dortmund.
We can't play them yet, can we? No.
We can't play Liverpool. No, that's what I'm saying. So we can't play Liverpool.
So
either Milan team would be tricky. Club Bruges. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That would be the best one, I think. Inter, Frankfurt, we obviously can't play, right?
Yeah.
AC Milan, like you said, Leipzig, Dortmund, Benfica. So I would take Benfica or Bruges as the best one.
I don't know if I want to play Benfica. Club, but they've done. I know what you mean. They've both done fantastic. Maybe Salzburg as well. But cheers, Luke.
Appreciate the interactions today, mate.
Awesome. And I think the thing is, though, just any of those teams will be better than the likes of PSG, Bayern Munich, because at the minute they'll tear us to shreds. Real Madrid, it's giving us a chance here, and they're winnable games. To be honest, if we can find our form and play our best football, then there's no reason why we couldn't be here after February in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And then we're talking about, can we push on? Keeps that excitement going, keeps the buzz around the club. So we just got to keep going. Nights like tonight, keep ticking over, keep getting these wins, and we'll all be sitting here with happy Spurs fans.
That's it. But please, the football has to improve. It does have to improve. I'm going to stress it. I know I've stressed it. I've tried to put a damper on tonight, but I'm just trying to get the reality back in check that, you know, we were a few minutes, a couple of pieces of play away from literally the fan base just disintegrating into a mass meltdown today. We really were. I was ready to melt down. I was having fits on Twitter. I mean, it really was poor at times today. I can't stress. I think it was worse than the Newcastle game at times today. That was a bad game.
It was terrible. No character, no passion. It looked like we were just waiting for something to happen magically. But that second half, completely different side, and we were brilliant. And we played well. So we were brilliant. We were brilliant considering the expectation and how poor we were first half. So we digging through, getting that 3 points, getting through to the next round. For me, all round, it was a brilliant second half display.
Yeah, Spurs lads in here saying, yo, long time. Bentancur, man of the match. For me, I'm not even just saying it for the goal. I would give it to HOJBJERG. I thought it was absolutely fantastic today.
Like a Rolls Royce in the midfield. I think HOJBJERG was brilliant, but for me, Bentancur was so good. I want to see Bentancur's running stats, because this man does not stop pressing every time. Press on the keeper. I thought
Longley as well had a good game, though.
Oh, honestly, it was a great second half performance. Even Perisic, I thought, was impressive. That ball to Longley as well. Even Emerson Royale had a very solid second half. And how many times have we said that? So we've got to be happy.
Never. Just quickly, Jack, Spurs lads is also saying Son could be out of the Liverpool game. I've got some news on that. According to, I think it was Dan KP, a tier 1 source, because it looks like Son's actually fractured his cheekbone in the celebrations after the game on the photos that the Spurs players put on. It looks his eye was very swollen around the cheek and everything else. And also he could have concussion, which if you have concussion, the Premier League rule is if you have concussion, you have to be out for 6 days. So, you know, the game's 4 days away, so 5 days away. So it's not looking good. And Son could be out for the weekend, which means Lucas or Brian Hill will almost certainly feature.
Richarlison might be back though. I think that's what I'm hearing. But then again, we don't know. Spurs injuries. He
Yeah,
could. You know,
I don't know. I don't know, but we'll let you guys know, and maybe
yeah, we
we'll
might
even do a little
video. Yeah.
video updating you exactly. But guys, like I said, please do. I know I've said it a couple of times. Please do smash a like button on this video. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. I've seen a few new faces today, which is great, and of course, a few you know, Spurs relatables, the classic people that join, which is great. Jack, this has been great to review a positive result. We're through
Yeah.
to the next stage of the Champions League. Even Mars is in here. Mars, big up, guys. Please do smash support on the video. Share it with your friends. If you've got friends that watch YouTube and Spurs videos, it really does help us out. Even one of your mates that starts watching our videos, we appreciate all you guys. And yeah, we'll be back with more content. Don't you worry, guys. Keep an eye on our community section. Jack, thanks for joining me, mate.
Anytime, mate. Honestly, it's been great to be back here, chatting Spurs with yourself, James, and hopefully we need to build this community now. Obviously, now over 1,000 subscribers quite comfortably. I think I haven't even pitched this to you, James, but maybe the more fans we're getting in, maybe if we get a few more subscribers and people, I think there's a subscription service that maybe we can get some fans coming in and giving their opinion at some point if we keep doing these regular uploads. We've got lots of ideas, James. We've just got to bring it, keep that content going. But it's exciting times, I promise. So get involved in the channel. Spurs are on the up. Let's hope the channel's on the up. And yeah, keep it going, guys. Thank you for the support. And it's been great chatting to you, James.
Absolutely, Jack. Spot on. And of course, we've got another vlog coming for the Champions League as well. They're not over as well. So we've got a Champions League last 16 vlog coming up.
Sunday, I will be at the game. So there should be a vlog to for you guys as well. And a big game it is.
Which one? Liverpool.
Liverpool, mate. Sunday, 4:30. Hopefully that'll be up Sunday evening for you. But with me, James is pestering me to get that in quick. So I'll try to be on my best behaviour Sunday.
There you go, guys. Like I said, guys, thanks for all the support. We really do appreciate you. And we'll see you very soon. Remember, as always, guys, come on, you Spurs. Come on. HOJBJERG.